my channel. Today I'm back with more Patriotic Decor DIYs. I have shared a few Patriotic Decor videos here on my channel already this year, so if you guys are interested in checking those videos out, I will have them linked down in the description box. All three of today's projects are really easy to do, and even better, they are all budget friendly. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it. Now let's get right into today's projects. For DIY number 1, I'm making a red, white, and blue felt wreath. For this project, I used a 9-inch wreath form from Dollar Tree, 9 by 12-inch sheets of felt in the colors red, white, and blue, Waverly chalk paint and plaster, folk art chalk paint and castle, paint brushes, this wire garland from Hobby Lobby, scissors, jute, and my hot glue gun. I first started by folding up one of my felt sheets, and here I'm using a 3-inch embroidery hoop to trace around because I need to create 3-inch circles. Now, I just had this embroidery hoop laying around and it just so happened to be 3 inches, so that's why I'm using it. But you can use anything that's a 3-inch circle to trace around, or you can just freehand your circle as well. Once I had it all traced, I then cut out my circle. And it did create 2 circles since I did fold the felt upward. I then used one of the circles that I just cut out as a guide to help me continue cutting out all of the red circles that I'll be using for my wreath, and for all of the red ones I did use 5 9 by 12 sheets. I continued those same steps when cutting out all of my blue felt circles, only I used 6 of the 9 by 12 inch sheets of felt, and then for my white felt circles I used 5 of the 9 by 12 inch sheets of felt. And I was able to get 6 circles out of each sheet of felt. Next, I'm creating my flowers to go on my wreath. I took one of my red circles and then I placed hot glue in the center and then folded it in half. I'm then placing hot glue in the center of that folded half and then folding it over again to create my flower shape. I then continued that same step on all of my red circles to create my red flowers. I then started attaching them to my wreath form. To attach them, I placed hot glue right on the wreath form and then pressed the flower on the glue and then just held that in place until the glue was dry. After I had a section of my red flowers attached, I then started forming all of my white flowers the same as I did the red ones. I placed hot glue in the center of one of the white circles, folded it in half, then placed hot glue in the center of the folded circle and folded it over again. And then I started attaching them the same way as I did the section of red flowers. I just placed hot glue on the wreath form and then pressed the flowers on the glue to attach them. I alternated between the red and the white flowers until I got a little more than halfway around my wreath form. I then started creating all of my blue flowers and then attaching those to my wreath form the same as I did the red and white flowers. And I continued attaching them until I had my wreath form completely covered with flowers. Next, I'm painting this metal flower that I got from Dollar Tree. It originally came on a wire stake and I just took the stake off. Though I did want to have the star all white, so I'm painting it with the Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster, and I did have to do 3 coats of paint on this. And because I wanted this star to have a little bit of a rustic look to it, I took my folk art chalk paint in the color castle and I lightly painted that color around all of the edges of the star and then all of the raised parts of the star. Now I'm attaching some of this red, white, and blue wire garland that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I'm attaching it to the back where the original wire stake was on the star. So I'm just tying it around that, and then I'm wrapping the wire garland around my star randomly in places where I think it would look good until I have a bunch of it wrapped around the front. And then to make sure that it stays secure, I'm just taking the end of the wire garland and wrapping it around some of the other wires on the back side. To attach the star to my wreath, I'm taking a piece of jute and I'm stringing it through the wire garland on the back side of the star. I'm then taking that jute and wrapping it around the side of my wreath over top of the blue flowers and then just tying that jute around the back side of the wreath. Now, I didn't put any of my flowers on the back side of my wreath because I wanted it to sit flat against the wall, but you could add flowers on the back of your wreath if you wanted. Now for the very last step, I'm just adding a piece of jute on the very top of my wreath for a hanger. Here is my wreath all finished. I think it is so beautiful. I love how it turned out and it was super easy to make. Now moving into DIY number 2, I'm making a patriotic wall picture. For this one, I used this picture that I picked up from Dollar Tree. the 1776 stencil from Amazon, navy and white polka dot craft paper from Hobby Lobby, Waverly chalk paint and plaster, folk art chalk paint in Imperial, Castle, and also in Java, paintbrushes, large popsicle sticks from Dollar Tree, white cotton cord, a glue stick, and my hot glue gun. For this one, I started by taking all of the backing off of my frame. Once I had that off, then I popped out this glass piece that was on the front. It's glued on, but it's not on there very well. It pops out very easily. I then painted the frame with my Waverly paint in the color plaster. I did have to do 2 coats of this paint to get that dark color all covered up. Once that paint was dry, I then took an old chip brush and my Java colored paint and I dry brushed that over top of the plaster color to give the frame a farmhouse rustic look. The picture that came in the Dollar Tree frame I do want to use, but I wanted to get the cardboard circle part off of the backing, so I used some scissors to pop it off, and then I peeled all of the excess glue off of the cardboard piece on the bottom. Then I started painting the circle with my Waverly paint and plaster, and then I decided, no, I don't want it white, I want it red. So then I started painting it with the folk art paint in Imperial, but you could still see some of that writing that was raised on this sign, and I didn't want you to be able to see the writing. So then I decided to glue some of these large popsicle sticks from Dollar Tree just right on the front of the circle. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm placing hot glue on the back side of each popsicle stick and then just layering them over top of the cardboard circle. After I have all of my sticks glued on the front, I'm then cutting off any of the ends that overlap the sides of the circle. And to do that, I'm just using some scissors and taking my time when cutting the sticks off. Next, I'm painting over all of those wood sticks with my folk art paint in the color Imperial, and I went over this twice with this color. Once that paint was all dry, I then took a chip brush with my Waverly paint in the color Plaster, and I dry brushed that around the entire circle. Now I'm placing this 1776 stencil right in the center of my circle. I did get this in a pack of stencils from Amazon, and the color that I'm using is the Waverly paint once again in the color Plaster, and I'm using my Dollar Tree stencil brush to apply the paint. After my paint has dried from the stencil, I'm then attaching some of this white cotton cord around the entire edge of my circle, and to do that I'm just placing hot glue around the edge of the circle and then placing the cotton cord over top. Once I got around to the very top, I cut off the cotton cord and then hot glued that end piece down. I was gonna leave it like this with just the one strand of cord going around, but then I decided it looked a little messy, so I just added another string of cotton cord around the first one that I just attached, and I did it the exact same way. To make the backing on my sign, I'm using this square cardboard piece that originally came in the picture from Dollar Tree, and then just tracing that onto my navy and white craft paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. Once I have it all traced out, I'm then cutting it down to size. Then to attach my navy and white polka dot paper onto my cardboard backing, I'm placing some hot glue on the entire cardboard piece and then just setting my navy and white polka dot paper over top. Next, I'm putting my frame back together, and instead of placing the glass piece on the front, I'm placing it on the back side of the frame. Then for the last step, I'm hot gluing my circle right in the center of my polka dot paper. Here is my 1776 picture all finished. I originally had different plans for it when I started, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. And now for DIY number 3, I'm making a stars wall decor piece. For this one, I used a 24-inch by 3.5 inch by 1/2 inch thick piece of wood, stars garland from Dollar Tree, burlap fabric, Craftsmart wood stain in brown, Waverly chalk paint in plaster, folk art chalk paint in nautical and also in Tuscan red, paintbrushes, scissors, D-ring hangers, and my hot glue gun. I first started by applying my Craftsmart wood stain in the color brown to my wood piece, and to do that I'm just using an old towel. I did go over the entire piece of wood. I did the sides, the front, and the back side, and I only did one coat on this wood piece. Once the stain completely dried, I then took a chip brush and my Waverly paint in the color plaster, and I dry brushed that over top of the entire wood piece Some places I added more paint than others because I wanted it to have kind of like a rustic, chippy paint effect. Next, I'm taking apart this star banner that I picked up from Dollar Tree. I'm just peeling back the burlap that held all 3 stars together and then picking off any of the excess glue that was still on the stars. And because I had a little bit of like residue on each star, I just took a piece of sandpaper and lightly sanded over all of those areas on all 3 stars. The first star I painted with my Waverly paint in the color Plaster, and I did 2 coats of paint on this star. The second star I painted with my Folk Art paint in the color Tuscan Red, and I did 2 coats on this one. And then the third star I painted with the Folk Art paint in the color Nautical, and I did 2 coats on this star as well. Once the paint dried on all 3 stars, on the blue star I took a chip brush and that plaster colored paint, and I dry brushed this color around all of the edges of the star and then on the front of the star as well. And then for the red star I did the same thing. I painted this white color on the front and all of the sides. For the white star I took my Folk Art chalk paint in the color Castle, and I dry brushed that again on all of the sides and then on the front of the star. I then started assembling my wall piece. I put my stars going red, white, and blue vertically down my wood piece. I then took my measuring tape and just made sure that my top and bottom stars were at 2 1/4 from the very edge of my wood, and then I just hot glued each star down. I placed the hot glue right on the back side of the star and then just pressed it on my wood piece. To add some more detail, I'm using some of this burlap fabric. Here I'm cutting it down to size so that I can have it wrapping around the very top of my wood piece right above my red star, and then I'm cutting a second piece of burlap to go around the bottom of my wood piece right below my blue star. I wanted both strips of this burlap fabric to be frayed on both sides, so here I'm just taking some of the little burlap pieces and pulling them back so that all of my sides are nice and frayed. I'm then using some hot glue to attach those burlap strips around the very top of my wood piece and the bottom of my wood piece. And I wanted to add even more detail, so here I'm cutting a piece of cotton cord and I'm putting it in the center of the burlap strip on the bottom, and I'm just hot gluing the 2 ends of that cotton cord on the back side, and then I'm doing the same thing for another strip of this white cotton cord on the top part of my wood piece. You could leave your decorative piece just like this, but I wanted to add a hanger to the back of mine, so here I'm adding a D-hook hanger that I picked up from Walmart, just placing it right in the center on the back of my wood piece and just screwing it into place. Here is my stars wall piece all finished. I love how rustic this one is, and I ended up just setting it on one of my tables instead of hanging it on my wall, but I love that I have the option to do both. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it. It really helps out my channel. If you're not subscribed, I hope that you will consider subscribing, and be sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And I would love to hear in the comments below which project from today was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching.